I'm Ezekiel Powell, back in with another highlight video. Week 15, this week in Sportscenter, we talk about can Indianapolis Colts run the table and possibly squeak into the AFC playoffs in the wild card picture. A mid-season firing is among us, and we have the injury report for week number 15. It's going to be a great show. But first off, let's get into the first matchup. As you see, the Thursday night matchup, Seattle Seahawks lose to the Rams 6-17. Case Keenum 137, 2 TDs. You see Boykin, as Russell Wilson on the earlier plays in the game got a concussion, so Boykin had to come and he threw 3 interceptions, and it wasn't enough, and pretty much the Rams took over from that point on. Moving on, we have the Dolphins taking on the Jets as the Dolphins win 10-3 at the Dolphins, and now moving to 5-9. The Jets moving to 3-11, looking to try to get that first seed, get a first overall pick, potentially getting the quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick 156, 2 interceptions, Ryan Tannehill 111 yards, a TD, but also 3 interceptions. Jay Ajayi 20 carries, 67 yards. Moving on, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on Chicago Bears, and speaking of running the table, the Packers are trying to run the table to squeak into the playoffs. They win 17-10 against their division rival. Aaron Rodgers 248, 2 TDs, an interception. Jay Cutler 177, a TD and an interception. Kevin White with 74 of those 177 yards. Devontae Adams 76 yards and a touchdown. Moving on, we have Mike Evans beasting against the Cowboys, but it wasn't enough as the Bucks lose to the Cowboys 16-13. Wow, what a close game. Buccaneers moving on to 2-12. Cowboys are moving on to 14-0. Maybe they could run the table and be undefeated due to perfect season. DeMarcus Lawrence with 7 tackles, half of them being sacks, 3.5 sacks to be exact. Moving on, we had the Jaguars defeating the Texans 14-7 as Marcus Mariota 142, 2 TDs and an interception. You see Allen Hurns 32 yards and a touchdown. Brock Osweiler 272, a touchdown and an interception. But DeAndre Hopkins did have a nice game, 72 yards and a TD. This win keeps the Jaguars playoff hopes alive and potentially the division if the Titans lose the rest of their game. Moving on, we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Ravens, and the Ravens again with another loss. Paxton Lynch looking like he might not be the answer with 6 interceptions. As you see, Chase Dan with 300 yards, 2 TDs, and an interception as Carson Wentz is still out with that knee injury. Moving on, we had the Chiefs taking on the Titans, as you see right here. One of the highlights of this week, you see Denard Robinson down 10-0. Actually, look at Denard Robinson taking it to the middle of the field, going untouched, and Denard Robinson to the 10-5. High steps his way in the end zone, as that's going to put the Titans on the board for the first touchdown of the game for them. An 88-yard kickoff return. Denard Robinson trying to be that spark. It's 7-13. Later on, in the second half, you see right here, he's going to throw a pick to the rookie Kevin Dodd, and he's going to go up pick 6. So defense and special teams is leading this Titans team potentially to a victory. However, later on in the game, you see Dodson celebrating 27-all. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Blake Bortles, 3rd and 11. Doesn't have to force anything. Looking, sees a tight window with Corey Coleman. It gets batted up in the air. Eric Berry catches it, and that's going to end the game 30-27 as the Titans lose back-to-back games. They're on a 2-game losing streak. They're going 11-3, losing 30-27. Blake Bortles 183 yards, 2 TDs, but 2 picks. Thomas Rawls 98 total yards and receiver touchdown. Gronkowski return game 81 yards and a touchdown. Moving on, we have the Lions defeating the Giants, and the Lions look like a beast team right now in the NFC. Matthew Stafford, 431, 3 TDs, did have 3 interceptions, but look at Golden Tate third, $127 and a TD. DeAndre Levy with 2.5 sacks. Look at Sterling Shepard, 96 yards on the day, and Lewis Delline 5 tackles, and he had an interception on the day, so not a bad day for him too. Moving on, we have the Colts taking on the Vikings, and look at this right here. Getting in early and often. Look at this. Andrew Luck connected with his receiver, Charles Peake, and look at him dancing into the end zone on that 3rd and goal as they're able to get the first touchdown of the game. Let's check this replay out one more time. Look at this. Just beat the slant, beat the zone coverage. Phillip Dorsett's in the way, but Peake right there get the touchdown. Later on, about to go into halftime, look at Frank Gore. Frank the Tank just trips up, but he still manages to get across the pylon to get the end zone for the touchdown. Gets across the goal line, and Frank Gore celebrating. Look at Chuck Pagano trying to get his guys off the field so he don't get a penalty. Later on, about to be in the second half again, they get the ball back real quick, and look at this. Andrew Luck delivers a dot to Phillip Dorsett as Andrew Luck is going to take this lead 21-0 going into the half. Coming out of halftime, look at Andrew Luck again, throwing it deep to this time to Cody Lattimore. And Cody Lattimore dives in the end zone, beats Terrence Newman. They're going to go up 28-0, and yeah, it's looking like a blow. Look at Lattimore doing the Dougie. Okay, he's trying to get on the top 10 dances of the year, I should say. Look at this replay one more time. Look at Cody Lattimore on the wheel route. Managed to stay not too far to the sidelines, beats Terrence Newman, and right there burns Newman, like I said earlier. Him diving into the end zone. Look at the pylon cam of this epic dive. Oh, we got cut off, never mind. Look at Andrew Luck, though, still out here trying to dot people up. But look at Philip Dorsett over Xavier Rhodes, and there, right there, Andrew Luck is having himself a day. That will be his his fourth touchdown on the day, as you see right here. Andrew Luck. I'm sorry, that was actually Philip Dorsett that scored. Excuse me. I can't talk right now. Look at Philip Dorsett, $192 and two TDs. Andrew Luck, 4 TDs with over 400 yards. Moving on, we have the Falcons taking on the 49ers, 24-13 as they win. Moving on to 9-5. Blaine Gabbert, 281, a touchdown. Didn't throw an interception, so that's a bright spot. Torrey Smith, $123. Matty Ice, 129 yards, 2 TDs. Didn't do enough, a lot of offense, but he did just enough as Cap gets benched once again. Julio Jones with, again, another touchdown, extending his streak to 4 games. Moving on, we have the Raiders taking on the Chargers, and the Raiders, again, they're up and down, but so far they're up right now. Derek Carr only thrown for 130 yards, but Latavius Murray on the ground, 133 yards on the ground with 4 touchdowns. What a career day for him. Phillip Rivers, 4 interceptions, contributes to that as well. And Cameron Meredith, 97 yards. In the Monday night game, we had the Washington Redskins defeating the Carolina Panthers 20-17. Cam Newton, $124 and an interception. Jonathan Stewart, 101 yards. Kirk Cousins, 2 TDs and through the air, and a rushing touchdown, on the ground, as Deshaun Jackson got his 70-yard receiving touchdown to begin the game, and Kirk Cousins finished with a perfect QB yard in this game. Moving on, you see the injuries. Kevin White, he did have a nice day, but it came at an expense. He got a broken thumb. He's out 6 weeks, basically the rest of the season. Same with Delaney Walker. Devontae Freeman, the same with him. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, he's pretty much out for the season. Jared Cook is out for the season too. Le'Veon Bell, unless they really make a Super Bowl run and make it a Super Bowl, Le'Veon Bell is pretty much out for the season. But now, breaking news, we have Chip Kelly fired from the 49ers. He was just there only 2 years, and he's fired, and his replacement will be Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy gets fired earlier this year from the Packers, finds himself a job by the end of the year with the 49ers, so they're going to look to rebuild. Well, these are your prime time players for week number 15. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the highlights. More National Football League, more NFL. If you want to check the Packers in-depth look in the NFL, go ahead, check out KiDDaGamer. His link will be down in the description below. If you want to join, shoot me a message on PlayStation. It's down below too. I'm Ezekiel Powers, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.